Good morning to all traders and welcome to another Stock Watch video, and we're looking now at oil prices hitting that magical $100 a barrel movement. And it's not just with crude oil WTI, it's actually Brent oil as well. That's actually hitting $96 for the first time in a long time yesterday, and it did pull back a little bit as the day's session ended. However, you know, the buoyancy of the pandemic ending and things getting back to normal, plus the tensions with Ukraine and Russia apparently rising, with tomorrow being a little bit of a big day as the tensions are going to be escalated even more. We are looking at more sharp rises in the black gold specifically. So, you know, as I said, it topped $96 a barrel before pulling back, and it's the highest level since 2014, which is more significant. And what I'm looking at now are the big oil companies in America. You know, you've got Chevron and Exxon Mobil that are really pushing for more profits, and as we've seen in the earnings calendar, Q4 didn't slow down for the companies as they recorded big revenues and big earnings per shares as well. And it doesn't look like it's going to slow down in 2022 either. So with that being said, just what are the opportunities for Chevron, Exxon Mobil and other big power play oil companies? We've seen Royal Dutch, we've seen British Petroleum, all these companies really surging for their profits in the last few months especially. And we're looking like this could keep improving and also pushing the US indices higher as well, as we're looking at the American markets more specifically. So let's just take a look at Chevron first of all today. So as you can see, I'm pulling this back all the way until when the pandemic started, and we had this big drop due to the travel and leisure industry going into a vast decline. And then obviously we would have the first wave ending of the pandemic, things getting back to normal, then another wave coming in. And as you can see, these waves were mainly pandemic driven. And as you can see here, we had quite a few tops and bottoms to really get away from. However, now it seems that prices are broken to the upside. This is, as I said, this is Chevron at the moment, trading very far away from all the indicators, Ichimoku Cloud and vast other ones. If you put Bollinger Bands on here, you'll see the Bollinger Bands really exploding quite significantly. Prices are rocketing at their highest levels in a long time. However, we're just waiting now for this you know, a pullback, a bearish divergence, call it what you like. We're just looking to see what the opportunities are now with this these overbought areas in the market, and this will be the first sign of a pullback, because we are looking at oil hitting the $100 a barrel mark. I did say this in closing on the back end of Q4 2021. The $100 a barrel mark for both Brent and WTI were looking quite opportunistic, and that's what it looks like it's doing. So in saying that, we've seen these big companies really moving higher as well. Looking on the 4-hour chart, I'll just be seeing more of the same really. We'll just be looking to see when prices will start moving lower, when there's going to be a correction, and when there's going to be a slight pullback. So already on the 4-hour chart, as you can see here, we are seeing this bearish divergence come into play a little bit more. If we bring it down to probably a 1-hour chart, we'd probably see it even further in that being respected. So just look out for a little bit of pullback, because as I said, it is looking more of a divergence. I'll just point this out a little bit easier so it's a bit more noticeable to see. We're just looking at that becoming a little bit more progressive in the near term. So just keep an eye out for the Russia and Ukraine tensions, as this is really driving the oil markets and US indices markets as well, because you know, a lot of these companies are making up vast amounts of the indexes. Look on Exxon Mobil as well. Just bring it out to a daily chart. Just want to show you again what we're looking at now. Since the meteoric climb from the first wave of the pandemic, as you can see, very much like Chevron in all aspects. However, we are seeing quite a vast pullback now, which we'll see a little bit easier on the 4-hour chart. As you can see here, it is closing in on the Ichimoku Cloud now, which is quite a big sign that there is going to be a little bit of a pullback in the oil markets and the big oil companies as well. So with that being said, just how much of a pullback, we'll wait and see. But you know, my first target is roughly about the $75 area, and then that will hit the Ichimoku Cloud, give it engulfment, and then see if we bring these prices any lower. But Exxon Mobil is giving more of a signal than Chevron in the fact that it will probably start heading lower in the near term at least. So just keep an eye on all the the comings and goings on these events. Obviously, it's the main headlines in the news at the moment. Gold is moving higher as well. So all these power plays are getting all together, and we'll see what happens in the near term as well. So that's all from the Stock Watch today. Just have a quick, as I say, keep an eye on the headlines, and so you're not having any surprises in the markets. Gold, oil, and these stocks all kind of moving in tandem, and we'll see what the end result is. So join me tomorrow for another Stock Watch, and we'll get into the latest headlines as well. Bye for now.